Today we're going to be learning about owls. We're going to be creating a visual arts project dealing with lines in art, owls, adaptations, and some of their relationships in their habitat. Hi, my name is Joli Noel, and I'm with the PACE program in Lafayette, Louisiana. Please pause this video and gather your supplies. If at any point in the video you need more time to complete the video or parts of it, just pause it and catch up. All you need is white paper and crayons like yellow, orange, white, brown, black, blue, and different kinds of greens. In the world, there are about 250 species of owls, depending on how you classify them. They range from 5 inches to 3 feet tall, with a wingspan between 1 and 6.5 feet. They have 2 main owl families, the typical, the true owls, and the barn owls. We have 19 species found in North America. Mother owls are usually 25% larger than father owls. They're more aggressive. Owls are nocturnal, which means they prefer to stay awake and be active at night. Owls are poor nest builders. They use old tree cavities or birds' old nests. They have excellent posture. Imagine standing straight up, as straight as possible all the time. Most owls have large eyes and head and a flat face and a small hooked beak turned downward. Owls don't have teeth, so they don't chew their food. They use their beak to tear apart their food or swallow it whole. Owls rarely drink water. They get most of their hydration from the prey they eat. You may even see them take a bath. Owls make different sounds. They don't all hoot. They screech, hiss, growl, depending on the type of owl. Owls can be found in different types of habitat, like the Arctic tundra, forests, deserts, mountains, prairies, caves, and on every continent except Antarctica. Owls are birds of prey. That means they hunt for food to survive. They're predators. They're at the top of their food chain. They contribute to the delicate balance of nature. Depending on the species, most eat insects, small mammals, mice, squirrels, rats, rabbits, bats, weasels, woodchucks, and smaller birds. Occasionally, they'll even pick up a little cat or a small dog. Owls have adapted very sharp, large talons used for catching and grabbing their prey. They have 4 toes connected to these talons. One's opposable, just like the human thumb. It helps the owl grasp tree branches and its prey. Owls do not have eyeballs, so they cannot move or roll their eyes. It's more like they have eye tubes. They have a double amount of vertebrae in their neck than other normal birds. They can turn their head 270 degrees, even upside down. By moving its feathers, the owl handler can see its eye tubes inside the owl's ear. Owls are silent flyers. They have very broad wings and special flying feathers that limit the noise when it flaps its wings. So we're going to start off our project by getting a sheet of paper, and we're going to put it horizontally so that it's going across here. You want to find the middle of your paper, that's about right here. And we're going to go even further than that. We're going to go to like 3/4 of our paper, like right here, right in here. And I want you to think about the number 8. So we're going to be doing a number 8 right about here. And we're going to ghost that number 8. We're going to ghost it in a yellow crayon. See how I'm doing it with my finger? We're going to ghost it with a yellow crayon. So I ghosted it with my finger first. And here's my paper. And I'm going to go ahead. I attached it so that it can be harder and you can see it. Can you see that number 8 that I put right here in yellow with a yellow crayon? So go ahead, get your paper out and find your middle, and from the middle go up a little bit further to like 1/4 of the page and do your number 8. After you have your number 8, we're going to go ahead and turn our paper sideways. Remember, at any time, if you need to pause this video, so that you can catch up, go ahead. So here's our number 8. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find a spot here. We're going to go ahead and do like a little curve right here, almost like it's a rainbow here. See how it's like a little rainbow? And we're going to go up a little bit further along on the 8. We're going to do another one that comes up. Another one like a rainbow. And we're working with our crayon. So I know it's a little hard for you to see, but you see the number 8. We have our top of the rainbow, and we have a little further on the rainbow. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our little orange, and we're going to start off from here. And see our corner of our page? We're going to go ahead and put like a little dot up here. See a little dot from the corner to the top of the rainbow, a little bit there. And on the other side, we're going to put a little dot going towards the other corner on the top of the rainbow there. What we're going to do is we're going to do a line that goes kind of like around the eye and passes that way and around and comes out, passes this way. So it gets really close to it. So you see how we have one line? We're going to go ahead and do another one going out that way and another one going out that way. Good job. Good job. Next thing we're going to do is we can go ahead and do another couple of them coming out towards the middle here. And then we're going to do some lines that are coming out this way, all around the top. Little straight lines going through our little curves. We're going to have fun filling it full. I can't quite see my page very well, but there we go. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find a little space here where we're going to get ready to go ahead and put some eyes. And we're going to change our color to our brown crayon. We're going to get our brown crayon. Here's one eye, and this is where another eye is going to be. So we're going to have one eye here and another eye here. So we're going to go ahead and add a few more of these up here on the top. Right above our little wavy. See, it's like a little wavy line. It curves one way and curves the other. Curves one way and it curves the other. So we have some little straight lines above our wavy lines. All right. And then here's our eyes. We're going to go ahead and draw a smaller circle, like in the middle of them. We'll draw a smaller circle. Remember, our owls, their eyes don't move. So we're going to go ahead and color in our eyes a little bit. Color in your eyes a little bit with the brown. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add a little bit around each space here. A little curve, a little curve, a little curve around each one of the. This was our number 8. We're adding little curves around our number 8. Curves, 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 curves around our number 8. There we go. So we're going to darken that up in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get our yellow. And our idea is we're going to go ahead and color all of this area right here. All of the area around the eyes. We're going to color it in with the yellow. We're going to go ahead and color that in now. All around the eyes. This is basically the only thing we really color a lot of, all around here. Let's go ahead and put in a little beak area for our bird. You could use like a little rhombus, the little diamond, or you can curve it out more. I'm going to just go ahead and curve mine out more. You can go ahead and use a rhombus if you like. Mine's more curvy, curved on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and color in the inside. I'm also going to use another color in a minute, so. And then I'm going to put some more colors in here too. I'll put a little lightly color. I'm going to come back and color some more. I just want a little of light of the yellow being in there. I'm going to get some orange, and we're going to go ahead and come out here and put some more little straight lines of orange And we're going to put a little more orange inside here. So we're going to blend in both the orange and the yellow. So we're kind of blending in the orange and the yellow. And we're also going to go ahead and come here and work on that beak of our bird. We're making it darker. And then we're going to use the sides of it will be darker. So I'm going to give you a little while to make sure you get it how you'd like it. And we're going to come back and start working on some more of our bird. Okay, so now that we have, we're working on it, and we're going to go on. We're going to go ahead and grab a little black crayon and our brown crayon. We're going to take our black crayon and put it on the side for a minute. We're going to come around the eye here and just kind of bring it out a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and do some lines coming out of the eye. You can put some on the top if you like. Kind of make it a little bit of your own. And take a little black, and we're going to go ahead and outline our eye again, go around it. It's okay to have some of the brown on the outside, and you can kind of blend them both in. And go around that little circle in the middle. Go around the little circle in the middle. That's when the light hits the eyes. Go all the way around your eye. And then we're going to color those in. We're going to color all that in. We're going to color in all those areas in. I like to kind of mix my brown and my black together. And let's see, I'm going to come back and mix some more brown in here too. I'll darken that up a little bit later. Okay, and I'll check my little spaces here. Give a little more emphasis on the eye. I'm going to take it a little bit and bring a brown around with around my beak of my bird. This might be grandfather owl. All right. And then I'm going to go back to find my yellow. Here's my yellow. And I see, remember the owls have really big heads. And I'm going to go ahead and right underneath the side of the eye, see right here, I'm going to go ahead and start and I'm going to do an oval, kind of like an oval underneath it. So I'm ghosting it first. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my little oval. Let's see where my little oval is going to be. You can do it more than once if you like. That's my little oval. Okay. And then I'm going to put my yellow down for a minute. I'm going to get an orange. I have some broken pieces. I can use that. I'm going to do 3 little ovals. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be my owl's feet. It has its talons on the end. I'm going to actually color them in a little bit. I'll color them in a little bit. There we go. And that's going to be where my feet will be. I'm going to have some of the branch here. The owl doesn't have much of a tail. If you can see, I have a little bitty tail that's back here. Owls, they don't have much of a tail on theirs. They have really massive wings, and their wings are actually kind of fuzzy. Not furry, but it's all feather, but it kind of acts like fur, and it kind of blankets the air, and it channels the wind so that you don't hear it when it's moving. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to do diagonal lines. So get your orange out, and we're going to do diagonal lines. I'm going to just go ahead and do me a diagonal line coming straight across my owl. And go ahead and do some more diagonal lines. And diagonal lines. And diagonal lines. There we go. We're going to do diagonal lines. Oh, it didn't come out too straight because I'm not on a flat surface. There's my little diagonal lines on my owl. And then I'm going to crisscross it the other way. We're going to crisscross my straight diagonal lines. straight diagonal lines. Just my little diagonal lines. All right, so I have them coming this way and that way. You can always go back and make them a little smaller if you like. I guess I could do that a little smaller. It'll really look super cool if I do. The more you kind of work on something, the better it kind of looks. There we go. We'll come back this way. There we go. There's my little owl. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to come this way. I'm going to come and do a curve. I'm going to make like a curve. It's going to be like one of the wings. One of the wings in the front. The other one could be down really close to his side. But I'm going to have one bringing, he might be moving one arm, one of the wings forward. So let's see. See where I have my wing? See how it just comes right over everything? That's my little wing. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is on each one of these, we're going to put a little line coming straight downward. It doesn't have to go all the way. Just from the top of that little, it almost looks like a little diamond. So from the top of the little diamond, we're putting a little line in it. This is what makes it look so cool later. We're going to fill the whole thing full of a lot of little lines. Remember, if you need to catch up at any time, just pause the video. We're going to be working on the feathers of our bird. On each one of these, we're doing lines coming down. Keep going with your lines coming down. I try to make sure to use supplies that you have. When you're sitting at home, you have something you can use. I have in this project, I used everything with crayon here, because most children have that. But if you have oil pastels, this could work with oil pastels. You can also paint this project. I'm going to go ahead and color it up. But you can also paint it with watercolor, and you could use other paint too, just depends if you have it. But watercolor I usually like to use a lot, and it'll be like a resist for you. So we fill that part up with the little lines in there. See our little lines going in there? Then we'll take our yellow, and we're going to go back around each one of them. Let's see, some I missed. I'm going to have to go back. And we're going to do a little curve around each one. Not quite a circle, or it could be kind of curving around each one of them. So we're going to curve around each one of these. So yes, we're curving. Putting all the little curves around each one. I know you can't quite see the yellow as well, but it's there, and it'll be there later. So you're going to do that on each one of them. I'll let you go for a moment, and your job is to make sure you have a curve around each one of those lines. Okay, so you have your yellow and you've gone around each one of the little straight lines. You did a little curve around it. And you take your orange. Let's go ahead and let's just darken up around where we had our yellow side with our orange. Hard for me to see here. And look, we're going to go again around the wing. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the brown, and only in the wing area we're going to go around and do a curve on one side and a curve on the other side. a curve on one side, whereas the yellow kind of did the U shape. The brown is going to do a curve and a curve. See? A curve and a curve. A curve and a curve. A curve and a curve. Almost, kind of, sometimes almost looks like a teardrop, but it's more like it's feather. Okay, so we're going to do a curve and a curve around each one of those spaces. Sometimes you'll hit where the yellow was, and sometimes you'll hit on the side of it. So it's going to look totally cool around each one of those areas with a curve and another curve. So we have our curve going one way and a curve going the other way around each one of them. It's getting a little hard to do down here. I want to try to get it so that you can see it. See how it's going. I'm getting the curves and the curves on each. When we get to the side, we're going to put where our little ends of our feathers will go. Okay, I'm going to stop right there with that. Then I'm going to take my yellow. It's easy to do with the yellow because once I start putting, that's my underneath color, and then once I start putting, if there's something I mess up with, I don't have to accept it. I can just skip that spot and use a different color a different way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these a little bigger around the edge. See how I have the little edge, the little yellow coming around the edges? Okay. And just like I did with the brown, on this bird I had it bigger, so I could do it bigger on this one. It's going to be kind of more fluffier like the real owls. So we have our curve and our curve. We're going to go ahead and take our, we can put a few more curves. It won't quite show as much, being it's the underneath color. It's the underneath color behind our browns and orange. So we have yellow, we're going to have orange, and then we're going to have brown. There we go. So now, if we take the brown and we'll do the same thing, kind of put them together. It's like the last little bit of that little pattern you have. That's what we're kind of putting together with the brown curves. And you could come back over a few of them towards the bottom. Cool. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and bring a little bit of the brown in here in this little curve that's going on. A little brown there. We'll come down by the feet. We'll come down by the feet and go ahead and put some brown around it. Kind of like a bold brown line. Now here is where the branch will be. It can be a branch. So we can go ahead and color it horizontally. And let's see, maybe my branch can be coming upward here. Just think about how you want your branch to be. And then we're going to have little parts of your branch that you're going to have some little, think about it, what kind of leaves you want. You want curved leaves, wavy leaves? You could use some zigzag in the leaves. So we'll color in where we want it. Let's see. Which part should my tree be? On this side or that side? Okay, I'll just basically do it similar to the one I have. Part of my tree is coming from back here. This is my tree. It'll be coming. I can make it a little thicker down here. Okay. Yeah, I'll be connecting all of these lines together for my branch. I have some tape underneath and it's marking on my paper. Remember, at any time, if you need to pause, go ahead. I don't want to press too hard because I don't want that tape to show on my artwork. So, we're going to take our crayon and let's go ahead. We're going to try to hold it flat. See my little blue crayon here? What I usually like to do is put a crayon flat and then pinch it and then just lightly rub on the paper right over where the certain area is that I want it to be colored that color. Well, I'm going to do the blue, of course, on the side. My brown is kind of flat right here, so I can't quite use it. I don't have a brown to rub with, so I'm going to go ahead and just lightly color mine in. But like I said, if you have some brown little pieces that you can go ahead and do it sideways, it'll show nicely. Look, see my blue right here when I just kind of rub, see how the blue starts showing? So that's what I'm going to do with the brown, but I'm going to have to do it more on the top of the crayon. So we're going to go ahead and color in our owl lightly. Now you'll notice as you're doing it, the yellow is going to show up a little more than what it did before. See how the yellow starts to show a little bit more than it did before. Of course, if mine was more flat, it would be easier or faster. I just love to color, don't you? Color or paint, it's all basically the same. There we go. And we're going to do that part of the bird, and we're going to go ahead and color in the wing area too. So keep working. I'll see you in a minute. So now that we have the brown finished, we have our tree branches and we're going to put leaves. If you can take your little brown and kind of lightly put where you want a few little branches to be, okay, on your artwork, we're going to take the green and we're going to go ahead and do some leaves. I'm going to show you some pictures of some leaves. All right, so here is a leaf I'm going to put here, and I'm going to put another one coming this way. It's going to be behind the other leaf. And yeah, I guess I'm going to have another one coming here. All right, and then let's see, I'm going to put a few on the other side, however you want your leaves to be. Now, leaves also have veins. If you notice, if you look at your arm, you have little veins in your arm. We can go ahead and put some little veins in our little leaves. You do it with brown sometimes with the green, sometimes a lighter color. If you have more than one color of greens at home, you can use all different kinds of greens to do your leaves. You usually have like the dark with the bold, color coming through, and then you'll color in lightly until you get the desired effect and add more color on top. Sometimes lighter colors underneath. If you don't have different colors like blue-green and yellow-green, you can go ahead and use yellow and green and put a little blue and mix it together. So we're going to go ahead after you have it and start coloring up your leaves. As you have where you want to place your leaves, I always keep going back and adding more and more and more and more. You can figure out how you want your branches to be. Say, let's see, this one's telling me it wants a branch to come out this way, so I'm going to add it thicker on this side. Remember, the branch is the thicker part, and as it comes out to like our little fingers or our thin part, so it comes out to the little leaf, which is the tiniest of the thin parts. So we'll go ahead and color that up too as well. See how I colored up around it? Now what I did for these little spaces here is to go ahead and put like a little asterisk. It's like I guess I'm going to put one right here. A straight line and another straight line. You can't quite see it. And going all different directions, up and down, across, so that's a vertical and a horizontal, and two diagonal like an X. So a plus and an X on top of each other. And then I color it in with white, like I go around it in a circle or with white, and then I'll come around with blue, and I'll go ahead and rub the blue all around. Let's see, I have one to show you what an asterisk looks like. So here's what an asterisk looks like. You have a plus sign and an X. You put them together on top of each other, and it's going to look like this. Some people use it to make stars. It's kind of like an asterisk. Some people use it just to add different decorations or different lines. So I'm going to put one there. I may put one over here close by where we can see the stars in the distance. If you have room on your paper and you want to put a moon, you can go ahead and put the moon. I might just do one right here to show in the distance. Just find you some little places. So remember, after you go ahead and put the little asterisk, go ahead and color right over it with the white. So that will try to prevent the blue and the yellow from mixing when we're doing our artwork. Because what happens when you have blue and yellow and you mix them together? They turn what color? Green. All right. Okay, so we have our artwork and we have it colored pretty well in the browns for the tree. I need to darken up some of the things here. We can grab a black crayon and kind of add little bitty lines inside underneath certain areas where we want it a little bit darker, because black darkens it, right? And if you need any more greens, add green on top of our leaves. All right. We're going to get our blue towards the end, and we'll take our blue and we put it on our artwork like that. We're going to take it and pinch it, and we're going to go ahead and rub our blue sky. Now, like I said earlier, if you have a paint, you can go ahead and paint this. Well, I usually say watercolor on top of it. It really won't hurt much if you put some of the blue on the brown and also on the green. Your job is to color in your whole page. All right. Oh, by the way, if you see our little feet, of course, and they're wrapping around it. It's like if the bird was grabbing everything, so his talons are be hidden. but I kind of put one of them that might kind of show, so I have one talon kind of showing. The rest of them look like they're pretty well over. This one wasn't completely over the whole branch, so I kind of put like a little talon showing. You can do that too as well. If you want to put them all showing, go ahead. Remember, that's the real sharp. They're real sharp, the talons. He can hold his prey. All right. So your job is to go ahead and finish coloring up the rest of this all around with our owl, our predator. Well, I've really enjoyed spending time with you today. We will be posting new lessons every day for kindergarten, first, and second. These lessons are tied to the school curriculum. Some lessons are visual arts, and some are creative movement. So be sure and come back and make art with us tomorrow. If you're interested in supporting programs like this, you can donate to the Acadiana Center for the Arts, the nonprofit that manages the PACE program for the Lafayette Parish school system. Please help keep our teaching artists working. Please share this video and keep making art. Want more? You can book me for private online lessons as a teaching artist. I can lead one-on-one or group lessons. To inquire about private lessons, email me at jshadow2@aol.com. Please place private lessons in the subject area. It's been a pleasure working with you today. Thank you.